Without the tireless resistance from citizens, scientists, and organizations, EU governments would have passed a totalitarian mass surveillance law next week, spelling the end for digital privacy. That we stopped this, for now, is a moment to celebrate. I know a lot of the content on the channel recently has been negative, but today we can celebrate for today. For those who are completely unaware of what I'm about to talk about, I'm going to TLDR it as quickly as possible. The European Union has been trying to backdoor encryption via this thing called chat control. To learn more, there's fightchatcontrol.eu. They talk about all the downsides to this and all the people who are opposing it and for it, etc. If this were to pass, services like Signal, Ente encrypted messengers, and potentially even other privacy tools just couldn't exist without backdoors in the EU, which is crazy to think about. But the last person who was undecided until today was Germany, who decided they will not support chat control. This is a tremendous victory for freedom and proves that protest works. Facing a wave of calls and emails from the public, the Social Democrats held their ground, and for the first time, even the conservative leadership is voicing criticism. Without the tireless resistance from citizens, scientists, and organizations, EU governments would have passed a totalitarian mass surveillance law next week, spelling the end for digital privacy. That we stopped this, for now, is a moment to celebrate. So I'm not European, and so this context is important for myself to know, as well as anybody here who is not in the EU. Without Germany supporting chat control, there'd be no majority in the EU Council to be able to still vote on this and make it pass next week. And so Germany came forward and opposed it. Now the timeline of this actually links to a Blue Sky post as the source, which is all written in German, and I don't know German. And so when you click translate in Blue Sky, I hate to say this, but it actually does redirect it to Google Translate. So I am committing a sin of showing Google Translate on this video. I hope you all forgive me. Be mad at Blue Sky for this. The post says that they have commented on chat control. We as the CDU/CSU parliamentary group are against the control of chats without cause. That would be like opening all the letters as a precaution and seeing whether there is any forbidden in them. That's not possible. That won't happen with us. At the same time, it is clear that child abuse must be combated and punished. Therefore, it is fundamentally good that the European Union is addressing this issue. In the end, the regulation planned at the European level must succeed in effectively protecting children. Protects without compromising the security and confidentiality of individual communications. It's an important nuance. Interestingly, they addressed the issue without question in this parliamentary group statement and said that the CDU-CSU parliamentary group has received many letters on the subject, aka all of you who reached out and actually said something about this. The AfD also spoke extensively on the topic today. They even began her statement with making it clear that she rejects chat control. The issue has thus reached a larger stage in Berlin. So far, there has been surprisingly little coverage. Today, there is a meeting between two politicians, I believe. I'm not super familiar with German politics, so any Germans out there, feel free to expand on any context in the comments. This is awesome because what was at stake was client-side scanning of literally all messages. It doesn't matter what messenger you're using. And again, I really want to go back to the quote here, that without the tireless resistance from citizens, scientists, and organizations, EU governments would have passed this mass surveillance law next week, spelling the end for digital privacy. So what caused this not to pass was all the wave of calls and emails from all of you, the Social Democrats who held their ground, other political groups who also stepped forward and decided to go against this, and a lot of public pressure, which probably also influenced some of those politicians and what they decided to lean toward. Patrick Breyers, the person who wrote this amazing blog, I'll leave it linked below, said that today proves that our protest has the power to stop a totalitarian surveillance system that has no equal in the free world, but the threat is not gone. The proponents of chat control will use every trick in the book and will not give up easily. We will keep fighting until this proposal is defeated once and for all, and the privacy of our digital lives is secure for everyone. Freedom is only as valuable as our willingness to fight for it. Now is the moment to support the civil rights organizations that made this victory possible, so we are prepared for the fight ahead. So we did this once, we can do it again, and the fight is not over. So if you called your MEPs, if you signed petitions, if you donated to digital rights orgs, if you're just simply keeping up with things and educating people around you, if you shared information with others in your life, even if you shared one of our videos, which is very far down the stream, that still is doing something. So you guys are all part of why this was victorious. But even Breyer says the proponents of chat control will use every trick in the book and will not give up easily. So what we really need to call for is for them to withdraw the bill completely. Theoretically, some crazy stuff stuff can change and the vote could still happen next week, but this is currently what we consider to be a win, and we should be safe this time around. But they will try again. They're going to have different framing. You still need to be vigilant. You still need to follow fightchatcontrol.eu. I would love to get to a point where a majority of member states in the EU are opposing this. Especially France would be a great country to flip on this topic, given how many MEPs they have. So takeaways and still action items for all of you. First, celebrate a little bit. You guys can chill for at least a day on this. I know a lot of you have been putting a lot of work into this. I know a lot of these big digital rights organizations have been speaking about this, and there's just been a ton of work to make this happen. So I think everybody can take a collective breath and relax a little bit. But it's not over, and we need to still be proactive, and we still need to fight against this. So don't be complacent now that things look fine. That's kind of what they're counting on. We still need to be on the offensive and still make sure that we stay ahead to prevent mass surveillance from getting into everybody's lives. Take this as a lesson that citizen activism actually does work. Your guys' voice does do something, and collective action is a lot of times more important than individual tools. We can't just have privacy tools that exist in a vacuum. They need to also exist in a real world scenario that is legal and allows those tools to flourish. So make sure that we're still keeping up with this, and keep up with fightchatcontrol.eu. I did have a list of questions here that I wanted to kind of leave this video with. And these are hard questions, but are things that we should still be pondering as the days, weeks, months go by. One, is this victory permanent? No, it is not. This can be tried again, and it will be tried again. If not in the EU, which it will be somewhere else. This isn't just a small win in the scheme of things, but it's still a big one for now. Second, does this mean encryption is safe? No, this again is just one battle. There still are many other countries and regions that are still trying to fight encryption and demonize encryption and make it seem like it's this evil thing that's out there to ruin people. So it's still important. Third hard question, should you stop contacting your representatives? I would say no. I'd say do the opposite. I'd say contact your reps and say, hey, I noticed that you guys were in support of chat control, and I just wanted to thank you for listening to us and our voices. And again, do these things and speak honestly. Don't just do some AI summary thing, like actually speak about yourself and your personal experience with this. And if you start seeing them start to change the tide a little bit and comment on things more neutrally or even negatively about encryption, then you should still be contacting them. You should try to build and develop some kind of relationship with a rep that you continually contact. If all of you do this, that makes a massive difference collectively. Good job, everyone. Let's celebrate this win for now. If anything crazy happens and it turns out that Germany flip-flops tomorrow, I'll be sure to put out another video, but that shouldn't be the case. If you're new to all this chat control stuff and encrypted tools, I made a video recently about like the top 7 encrypted services that probably everybody should be using. They are very easy to use, they're beginner friendly, and if you're not using them, you're sacrificing quite a bit of your safety on a day-to-day basis. So check out those tools, and I'll see you guys next time on Techlore. Breathe a sigh of relief. We can relax for at least a day. Oh, and my light just fell. So there we go. See you guys next time.